Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Welcome to VO Journey Academy Live. My name is Anthony.
I'm Gabby.
Mm,
hmm
and we are voice actors.
Coffee
It's
drinking fools is
good
what
to
we are.
see. Yes. Dylan said it's finally sunny in Michigan. It
Hey,
might hit 50 degrees today. It's a heat wave. That's what I'm talking about. Good for you
amazing.
because it looks like it is just so overcast here.
Yeah, it's dreary.
It's been dreary for like days. Ugh.
I read today that Vermont got 89 inches of snow this year. That was their total.
Oh
Yeah,
my
insane,
god.
insane.
89 inches of
hmm
snow.
Yeah, Shaquille
Wow.
O'Neal fell from the sky.
That's
Isn't
that's wild. Pretty much. That's
that
insane.
crazy?
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's good
Uh,
to be live. As people are coming in, this is Open Forum Friday. So this is
hmm
where you guys get to put any of your questions into the chat about anything, and we will anything voiceover, and we will answer them. Do our best to answer them, and even maybe consider it as a topic to
Yeah.
expand more on. So,
Yep.
what have we been working on, Gabby? What's the latest thing that we're doing?
So, I mean, we're getting ready to revamp the casting process at Academy Voices. I don't want to give away too much yet because I have to get hands-on with it, right? But
I think we've just come to a point where we've grown so much
yeah.
now, and we're getting more and more activity from
hmm
like author activity as well, and outside, and with our new our own series that we're doing with
Yep.
all the current work that we just have to we just gotta kind of step it up.
Yeah. So I'm going to be taking my multitude of years of knowledge in the casting world and applying
Yay!
them to this process. And so I've got some plans, I've got some
Yes.
thoughts, but I don't want to get too into it until I'm fully immersed in it.
Mm.
But I think it's going to make a big difference in terms of some predictability with our casting of novels and stories and the like. And so that's going to
Yes.
make I think the life of the narrators on Academy Voices a lot easier. It's a good time to join because I am also, I'll just say, I'm going to be looking for diversity. I'm going to be looking for people, right, with all kinds of different sounds and backgrounds and ages. And so, great opportunity.
Mm.
Um,
Absolutely.
if you've thought about getting into the academy and you haven't done it yet, what is it, $9 a month? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we've had over this past week too, we've had a slew of new work come in from
hmm
outside. So we have a steady line of work that's always available every single day, but we also are reaching more authors and more outside people, and we're making that effort too, as well as doing our own material too
Yeah.
that we post that's being paid as well. So like I'm very excited about it, and I'm very excited that you're coming on to do that because I think
I
that's
am
going to really
too.
help push us forward. So,
I think it's going to be amazing.
mhm. Oh yeah,
We're going to be also, we've kind of started talks about international languages and what else we can do to increase the number of books and titles that are in other
yes,
languages.
yes,
There's something, to be said for the classics being available to everyone, you know?
absolutely. Well, I was just saying too, we had just finished Pride and Prejudice in French.
hmm
And we have an incredible narrator. Her name's Atombe Edembe. I think it's Edembe. Sorry if I didn't say it exactly right, Atombe, but she's amazing, an incredible narrator, and she's done she speaks English and French, of course, and she lives in France. So she does. So she did that and just finished it. So that's a big because that had to be.
Well,
It's
that's an undertaking.
yes. Pride. So we have Pride and Prejudice, of course, in English, done by Susan Edney, who's very British, and then
very British,
which I love her for that.
Close to a little British.
Opposed to very little. She's very British, and which is wonderful. She also has done with Wuthering Heights for us, which has done extremely well for us recently. But Tombe did that. So, anyways, we're very excited. But we've been talking about, especially Espanol. We've been talking about a lot of things. So there's so much. It's just exciting. It's an exciting time to be a part of it. And here's the thing, and I know everyone says this, but I can honestly say, like, this is the time to be a part of it, because we are growing, but we're not the size yet where you can't put in an audition and be completely seen.
Yeah.
Right. And heard and given an opportunity. Another thing too is there's no scams here. I mean, because everything runs through me, it runs through Gabby, runs through our team. Like, we're all voice actors, so there's no, I talk to every author. It's not like ACX and these other places where you're never quite sure if it's real or not, which is a big deal. We know it's a big deal.
Yep. Certified human and 100% real. Those are the things we can guarantee.
Our certified human voice is a big thing, right? That's our forward-facing look. All right, quick VOJ question.
All
right, Dylan, rock and roll here. Is there a discount on demo creation for members? And if so, is it available at Launchpad level or other higher tiers? I'm rejoining either way now that my schedule changed. Well, first off, wonderful.
Yeah.
Great to have you back. And Gabby?
Well, this is more a you question, but I believe so, right?
Yes, I mean, so you get absolutely, if you're so we offer demos for people in the academy as well as for anyone who's not in the academy. The people in the academy, absolutely, you get multiple different tiers of demos at very discounted prices. So you know what I mean? Yes, the answer is yes. Nice. Absolutely.
We've got our new calendar is out for March.
Oh my gosh, you even printed it.
I always print it.
You're so fast.
I'm a paper girl, man. I mean, I try not to be wasteful about it, but there's certain things I really like to have paper copies of. So yeah, I have my calendar all ready to go.
I love it. So we do have some exciting things happening as I like
the webinar.
So talk about it, because it's what do we have what's this month coming up, Gabby?
So it's March. March is coming.
Which is
it's the Ides of March. It's St. Patty's Day, spring, all the good stuff is coming.
Calendar, the daylight saving time that we're
oh my god, yeah, forward. Daylight savings, which maybe will be the last one. That'd be great. So over it.
Is it gonna be the last one?
I don't know. I'm hoping.
I don't know. I like it.
I'm so over it.
I don't like pushing it forward, but I like pushing it back because it makes me feel. It just makes me feel like younger, like because the days then the nights are longer, and then it's like the
nights will be longer no matter what. They don't. They're not dependent on what we do with the clock.
I know.
The sun will continue its journey.
Yes. But it's also Women's History Month.
It is.
Right?
It is Women's History Month. And on the 7th, so the first Saturday in March, we are going to have a webinar on the women's path to voiceover success. And so I'm very excited about this because it marries two things that I'm clearly very passionate about, which is women helping women and voiceover. And it is going to be brought to you by Vojo, because why wouldn't it be? Our women's sorority inside of A VO's journey. And we're going to talk about all kinds of cool stuff related to women in voice acting, the trials, the tribulations, but the triumphs, right? The things that really work for women, finding opportunities and carving a niche for themselves in this industry. And we're gonna just have a really good time. So we hope you can join us. It'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited about that. And let's see, we've got. I think we're gonna have another challenge that will go live. We had our challenge last week that was really fantastic. Someone excited. That was a blast. We had a lot of people participate in that. So very excited about that. All right. So if you're just joining us again, remember this is Open Forum Friday. So this is your
Ask us your
chance to
questions.
ask us questions, post them in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know, what's going on with you and what questions you might have. All
Yeah,
right.
definitely. We want to, I think such an important part of what happens in this industry and in the community building and, what VO's Journey fosters also with the Discord. We're always talking about the Discord because it is such a fantastic place, is the real feeling of not being alone and not being isolated. And this industry can be lonely.
I have
You
something,
know?
Gabby.
Mhm.
I have something to say. That's a shocker, right? But here's something that's interesting, and it's an interesting conversation
Mm.
because I've started seeing it a bunch. So
Yeah.
before we started our Discord and before
Mhm.
we had all this, we had a Facebook group, and it's
Mm.
called the VO's Journey Facebook group, and
Yep.
it's still there.
It still exists. Yeah.
But, however, it has really gone dead. Let's be honest,
Mm.
it's gone dead, and a big reason for that is because, once we started the Discord channel and, the people in BioGen Academy, it is like I was just talking about this morning in our meeting, we are so,
Mm.
active, like, it's pretty wild, like,
It is.
really wild. Anyways, in the Facebook group, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because unfortunately it's not active. And I had seen a post yesterday that popped up on saying, someone said, so this group, the tumbleweeds, I was expecting to see tumbleweeds go across my screen. And why is this, I don't understand why the group's dead. And then I saw a bunch of people
Uh,
responding that it was AI and it was all these things and that the industry is not doing well. And
mm.
then I've been seeing posts outside of this about, like, I saw this one young guy post saying he was interested in getting into voiceover and he's young and he was looking at groups, and then people were commenting this is the wrong time. AI, unless you can do AI, unless you're going to do AI voice, don't join, don't become a voice actor. And it saddens me because I'm like, this is the best, in my opinion. This is like, look at all the amazing things and what we're doing and moving forward and the opportunities where people are getting. But there are some people that unfortunately are not seeing it.
Let
What
me
do you you look
I'll
like you
tell
have
you
something to say
I'll
about
tell you my take on it, and then we
it. Okay.
also have a question from Chris.
Okay.
Um, so my take on it is about every 10 years, the voiceover industry has something that upheaves us. I've talked about this before, right? It's
Right.
nothing new. And right now, the upheaval just happens to be AI.
Right.
And what happens is we go through probably a much needed industry wide purge where a
Mm,
whole bunch of people leave.
mm.
And it's wonderful. It's wonderful because let me tell you what happens. The people who leave are the moonlighters, the people who were kind of sort of doing voice acting on the side. Okay. The other thing that we eliminate is the people who weren't that serious to begin with. They had schlocky equipment, right? They weren't putting a focus on their own education and they were just kind of here winging it. And yeah, they walk away because they can't find the success that they want without putting in the effort the rest of us put in. And it's kind of a great thing because a lot of them are naysayers, a lot of them are negative, right? And
Right.
so they disappear. And then the rest of us kind of have this wonderful opportunity to take whatever that change, that turn in the industry is, and figure out how are we going to profit off of this? How do we move forward with our businesses? So I think it's a great
Uh,
that's
I
my thought there.
yeah, from that point of view, I understand completely. Absolutely. It was just interesting to me, and it was sad though that so I had chimed in, of course, because technically, I mean, it is my group, but I
Mhm.
don't spend a lot of time in there for another reason that's totally has nothing to do with anything except Facebook.
Mm.
So the reason why I stopped using Facebook was because I would post something in there, and that group has over 3,000 people, and only 50 or less people the post would be shown to.
Mm.
And it's like, why put in all of that effort
Mm,
of any, you know what I mean? Because it Facebook suppresses those things unless,
yeah.
multiple people are commenting and stuff on
Yeah.
it. So it's like, what's the point of having that group and doing
Right.
all that work if I post
Well,
something and the majority of the people, and by the way, getting a post to even 1,000 views
yeah.
in that group is like a
Hard. Yeah.
right, it is a unicorn.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
unfortunately, would you say Facebook? I mean, there are still a lot of Facebook groups. I know there are a lot of Facebook groups, but
Mhm.
I mean, now I've gotten rid of. I'm not in anyone because I spend literally 24/7 in our Discord.
Right.
So and people can't see that, of course, unless you're part of VOJ and in the Discord. But it's so we're so busy in our Discord that there's no time for me to be a part of anything else. But there are other Facebook groups
Yeah.
out there
Oh,
still.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's
So,
say we got some questions here.
let's see.
Okay,
Chris
where was the
said,
question?
"What would you say are the fundamental pillars of launching yourself as an entrepreneur in voiceover?" Okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a
Love
good one.
It's a great question.
Yes.
You
Well,
want me to start?
I think we listed the first one, right? It was hard work. I mean, like right. I mean, like I've noticed that, and I would say, Gabby, I'm sure you have too. But for
Mm,
me, the people that I've noticed that have been the most successful have not been the people who have been the most talented.
yeah,
They've been the people who are willing to do the work day in and day out. Because I've also
absolutely.
worked with a lot of people who, and it's taken them years to get going. When they get going, right, it's wonderful, but I mean, it's taken them years
Took 20
to
years to become an overnight success.
right,
Yeah.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
because they just don't, they have a long way to go, and we all do. I mean,
Mhm.
it's all taken. I
Mhm.
mean, I told a story. It took me a couple years. I mean, I'm not saying that it takes everyone that long to get work because I
Mhm.
got work pretty quickly, but it was not paying. It was like the work that I could get when I
Right.
first started, right?
Right.
But it wasn't until a couple years where I actually started getting jobs that you would be considered as, professional level
Mhm.
A work.
Yeah.
And rightly
Yeah.
so. I wasn't ready, I don't think.
Right.
So,
So what do you think? What do you think? What are the pillars according to Anthony?
God, the pillars according to Anthony. Well, so like I said, I think, being consistent, um, education
Mhm.
is a very important pillar.
Mhm.
Um, I guess from a business standpoint, I guess I can actually give you four. So I always look at my business in four different ways. I look at it from a production side. I look at it from a business side, like running my business. I look at it from a marketing side.
Mhm.
All right. And then the last one I look at is my performance, my
Oh,
acting.
acting.
Right. Those are
Yep.
kind of the four pillars that I actually lean on and how I try to manage my whole business as an entrepreneur.
Yep.
What do you think, Gabby?
I agree with that completely. I've always kind of treated it as a tripod thing,
Mm,
right? Business, tech, and
right.
performance. But yeah, I mean, because those it's almost like they're three individual jobs
Mhm.
and they have to converge to equal this career, and so yes, so they are to me always the most important aspects of, you know making certain that I am exceeding expectations and properly giving attention and time to each of those areas of my business. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. And I would say from a philosophical standpoint, that's what I was saying in the beginning, right?
Mm,
Being consistent. Then Gabby was saying, you not giving up. I
yeah.
mean, the real and not being so I said the other day, realizing that there is so much work out there, no matter what some people lead you to believe online.
Yeah.
There is tons of work out there, so don't be discouraged. Keep moving forward, keep trying, keep putting
Mhm.
stuff out there, and finding those. And the last thing I would say, finding those 1 to 3 things is interesting because we had that comment a while ago and it stuck with me. The f- focusing on the signal and not the noise idea, which
Mm,
was a an old thing that was given by the guy from Apple, and it just, the idea is that we're focusing on 1 to 3 main things each day that we have to complete in order to move our business forward, and the rest is just noise.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So anyways, but hopefully that helps. Good start there. Okay, let's see. AJ says, I'm in a brand new hobo fort. Nice. Okay, my spectrogram now shows solid lines at about 50, 100, 50, 100, and 300 hertz. Just filtering them out changes my voice too much, so I use noise reduction so it's quiet. Good or bad? So first off, right, remember the range between 100 to 200 or 100 to 300, that is where the warmth in your voice lives, right? That's that warmth, and a lot for men, that's where the majority of their what makes their voice different lives. So yeah, so if you start filtering, reducing that too much, that's going to be an issue. Now, typically, all of us, right, use a high pass filter. For most, a lot of men do, right? Women do too, because it filters out hums, low noise, and that rolls off at 80 hertz. So you're going to have a roll off at 80 hertz. A noise reduction, I'm all for it as long as you are not, okay, it might get me in trouble, but I don't like Waves NS1. I used to use it a while ago. It is a noise suppressor. And it's very sensitive. So everybody listening, if you use it, you know what I'm talking about. If you do it too much, it will suppress more than just, a specific frequency. It'll suppress all of your voice, and it becomes muddy because it's taking away those low notes to the point where it starts to sound like this, and you start getting things cut off. So my recommendation is, depending on what you're on, a couple different things. One, I use iZotope, our standard, and RX standard, right? And that's literally the voice denoise. There's actually a spectral denoise as well. That gets rid of all the background noise for me. I don't even have to deal with it. But if you're on Adobe Audition 2, you can use the Dynamics processor and just fine. So like, let's say you have a little bit of noise level at 50 hertz or under, or even at 45 hertz or under, you can literally just set that expander and then limit, and it will compress that noise to where it doesn't even touch the rest of your audio. So yeah, so Emma is saying the spectral denoise is primo. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. I mean, you can use those on any Audacity, they're plugins, so you can use them anywhere. So I would recommend that. But there are some built-in things. I know Audacity has stuff where you can copy the noise floor. A lot of them have that, right? And then it takes that and then it reads and does, reduces it. But I prefer the plugins. I use them and everything. Do you have anything about that, Gabby? Or did I?
No, you covered it. I always defer to you on the technical. I think that you have way more just precision knowledge there than I do. I tend to look big picture at audio, and you get into the fine-tuning stuff.
No, I hear you. So, all right, so let's see. Josh says it's so hard having a full-time job and trying to turn VO into a full-time with a family life juggle. Amen. It really is. Yeah. But I love doing voiceover and couldn't imagine quitting after all the work I've done. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see.
We don't have any more questions. People are just kind of commenting.
Cool. I love it. All right. Well, I stopped using Facebook when everybody's great Aunt Linda joined and started posting anything and everything from political beliefs to be. Yeah, that is true, right? I mean, I think that's why we love our Discord so much, because, we're all so active in it, and we all have an understanding in our community guidelines and everything, and it really works out well.
Yeah.
So if you're just coming in here, I know we're over, actually. I guess we're time.
Yeah.
Wow. Time flies.
It does. It really does.
Time. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for listening.
Happy weekend.
Wonderful weekend. That's what I was thinking. A wonderful weekend. It's supposed to snow on Monday. I was telling you that it's still supposed to snow. We're supposed to get over an inch now. It's crazy.
Jeez.
That's a lot for us. You were like 89 inches in Vermont. I mean, for us, and Inch is
Yeesh.
like, oh my god, everything shuts down, right? It's like crazy. Yeah, but that'll be interesting because this is the most snow we've had. I mean, forever. So, all right, everybody, you have a wonderful weekend.
Bye. We'll see
See you
Monday.
later. See you next week. Goodbye.